What is going down, Borderlands 3 fans? Today, we're going to be getting some pretty cool swag. 5 golden keys will be given out throughout this video, which is pretty cool. My name's Mac, here at the MacGyver7 channel, and today we're going to be covering the brand new patch that has come out on August 5th. So, let's go ahead and scroll into it. If you're newer to the network, you can always hit the subscription button and accompany it with a notification so you get all the future updates and news that circulate around Gearbox. As we come over here, we can see that they, on the 5th, announced that they were releasing a few of the Borderlands adjustments, resulting in some of the patches that were going to be rolling out for a couple weapons, receiving some previous buffs, and addressing some Vault cards too, that are geared on the behalving. Now, as you can see down below, they also updated the DNA, the call, the king and queen call, as well as the situation where you can come down to the intended weapon and the adjustments. Now, they have lowered and changed some of the portions of the shooter artifacts on top of the bonus gold rush on 100% and lowered the buffer and the duration of 10 seconds. So you can see some other people and falling into that suit, but we are over here as well, and you can see what we are taking home for today in the patch. As you can see that, yes, the new content that we've covered for as far as the Vault card 2s, and you can definitely check this article out here to see what is going to be happening for some of the rewards that you can definitely take in place for Back to Pandora. But going towards the situation of general, you can see that on top of that, they've added some more banks on the SDUs and an additional 100 inside of the bank spaces. In general, moves a lot of what they had from down to Guardians down below, so check out what is going to be in the flow of what you have to, from the shift codes actually working, which occasionally happen, down to some DLX 12 issues for quitting the game for most PC players. So there's tons of fixes that they definitely put a lot of hard work into that I say, if you are been afflicted by this, take a quick glance. This will be definitely linked down below. Now the UI comes into a nice fix as well in tandem, which reports in some, I guess, regional issues that they had with the PlayStation, as well as shift code in the situation no more, but they shift friend list, and they prevented placeholders to display the names occurring properly. On top of the portion of the update and the ID, which informs some of the matchmaking issues, you can see the reported functionality of displays down some Vault cards, and again, this goes all the way down to the loading screens in the HDR. There's a lot of stuff. Co-op inside of the shift, which is kind of a pain. But characters come down to like a nice brief rebuff. As you can see, some of the SNTNL for the augments and the static fields returning to some of the shock damage. On top of the portion of where the operatives and the digiclones and the spawning and correcting and a mountain of grenades, and down to some really cool operatives inside of the Assassins 1, where you can get some more of the Devil Raider skins implied. Now on top of that, there's some Beastmaster reslotting coming down to that for as far as the respect, and the reported concern for as far as the Beastmaster, where it came down to the director's cut and the DLC, sometimes the Ion Loader pet. And now for as far as the portion of Maya and her phase grab when utilizing the Beastmaster and preventing Maya from locking inside of that. Now on top of that, we have a lot of gear fixes that come down to some corrosive within shotgun and shocking, and those portions for the artifact, the gunner and the weapon and the autumn, and for the anointed, for as far as the after the exiting iron bear, now gaining 160% in splash damage for 18 seconds, removed from the unlist shield capability. But on top of that, for as far as with the anointment, you can also see some cool stuff for the Iron Bear, which changes inside the magazines, 33% to 67, and the increase in handling, and then the augment for the anointed, for as far as we can see, for as far as what ends up happening with the bear yet again, in the magazine increasing by 10 and a 20% on the crits. Now, they will be updating on hot notes and fixes as they apply coming out, which will be overwritten with inside of this patch. You can see that definitely we're looking at the general portion that prevents the creatures from triggering rapidly when inside of the beam and rapid fire weapons. On top of that, for as far as where you can see the cartel and the underboss and spawn at the end of the Revenge of the Cartel's map. And Joey to the boss that can be killed for the kill 100 bosses in the weekly challenge. On top of that, you have some of the collisions coming down to the walk and the tree falls for as far as where you can come down to the Jabbermogwalkie huts, on top of the increased number of the iridium for the piles that can spawn up in the base. You can see that weapons come down to a shorter list, as we have the Embrace Pain with all increased damages coming down to the list from the Chandelier, Echo, and Hive, which actually gets 2 perks, which the Speed Extra projectiles. And then we join the increased damage on top of the Volsk's Death Grip. Now, on top of this, we have a situation which is kind of cool. We can go back over here, and we can see that Randy is giving out some nice golden keys. Not bad to see that this guy is just continuously giving these out and making it more and more convenient for people to continue to play these. I'll see you guys and gals in the near future. Stay safe, stay classy, and I will see you guys and gals in the near future.